Hey, look who's awake! Welcome back to the music bar where I'm gonna expand my artist range some more, with today's artist being Luv Is Rage, which I'm gonna rank to the other artists I've talked about on this channel. I'll do the same with the albums. And this is obviously not the first time I'm gonna listen to one of his songs. I heard him on a few features and I used to listen to LUV and Money Longer, and for some reason the only album I've heard from him is Pink Tape. What I like, but I never thought of listening to one of his other albums until now. Or like since last January. So take a sip, subscribe, enjoy the gameplay, and let's start with...
Got no friends next to me, enemies too close. Rash Simmons on my feet, that's why I fucked your heart. Middle fingers to my enemies, I stay in my glove. And you know they gonna intervene, my niggas do the most.
So Luv Is Rage is his first mixtape on Spotify, the platform where I listen to my music, and is the first album I'm gonna be listening to for this video. So honestly, there isn't a lot of things to dislike about this mixtape. Some songs are a bit repetitive or just didn't age that well. But even with that, this is really the blueprint of Uzi and a lot of newer artists that are inspired by him. This album has some really hype songs and also some really slow songs. So it has a good versatility with both type of sounds sounding good. It also has a lot of really underrated songs that are really good, but nobody really talks about them, like Bands from TV, All My Chains and Enemies, which are all so fire. Young Thug has the only feature and he was fire too, you know? But my favorite song of this album is Paradise. That shit is beautiful. Top 10 Uzi in my opinion. And for my big list of albums, I'm gonna put it right here. So let's go to the next album or mixtape.
Yeah, I told y'all, so I made it mine.
So Lil Uzi Vert versus the World has the first song that I already know from Mr. Uzi, with that being Money Longer, of course. This album is a bit shorter than the last one, and in my opinion isn't better than Luv Is Rage. But I do gotta say that the highs are higher here. There just isn't enough of it on the mixtape. There just aren't enough, even though this mixtape is more influential, but the lows are almost boring. But who knows, right? Maybe my opinion will change in like a year or something. Like the song P's and Q's. What is a song I originally didn't like and now is one of my favorites. With my actual favorite still being Money Longer. It's still my favorite of this album. I'm just a little bit biased because I already knew it. And for my big list, I think I'm gonna put it right here. That's a good spot. So let's go to the next one and see if it's better. The next one obviously being...
Everybody know I'm better, ay, yeah I'm better, ay, it don't matter, ay, pockets fatter, ay.
So the Perfect LUV Tape. This one is definitely better than the last one, because it has so many hits that are just fire. It also has the Cardi feature, what's cool nowadays, but back then, not that much. He was the weakest feature on the whole mixtape. For the rest, Offset did good, and the Future had a fire feature. The lows were pretty low, with, for example, Money Mitch. It was just too long and also kind of boring, and I low-key wanted to skip it. But most of the rest of the songs are fire. I can't lie. And it has what is considered the first Rage song with Do What I Want. What is my favorite from this tape? And for the list, I'm gonna put it right here. That's a good spot. Now let's go to first actual album of Mr. Uzi.
Why you hate on? Hey, why you hate on? Hey, boy you fake on? Hey, boy you fake on?
So Luv Is Rage 2, aka Uzi's first studio album and considered by most his best album. We'll see about that. So this album has a really strong start, what carries on to the middle, but from Unfazed to EXO Tour Life, in between those two songs, it loses some of that momentum with a streak of really weak songs. What is kinda sad, because before that are some bangers. Even the least streamed song, Early 20 Rager, what is one of my favorites. There are also some big features like The Weeknd, Oh Wonder, Pharrell, and they were all fire. Then there is the Deluxe with 4 extra songs and only one good song with 20 minutes, of course. The rest are not it though. The album also has some really good variation in sounds, because almost all of the songs have their own sound, with the most unique sounding being 2, Neon Gods and Early 20 Rager, and more that I probably missed. But I do know that my favorite song is the intro, 2. I just really like the accordion in the beat, and his flow is fire. It's a catchy chorus, so yeah, it's my favorite. And I'll put the album right here on my list. So with that being said, let's go to space with
I got one girl from Philly, I think her name Nikki, and I fuck with Nikki cause she not too picky and she not too juicy, but sometimes she bougie. I play with a kitty and
So Eternal Atake, aka Uzi's first album, with a somewhat story that progresses through the album in the form of some sort of after credits. But it's okay. It isn't really annoying or too much in the way like what other albums have. But how is the listening experience of the album itself? Well, most of the album is fire. The first 3 songs are elite Uzi, and then in the middle it's banger after banger after banger. Then at the end it slows down with still some fire songs. The last song had me a bit confused at first when I heard it, because it sounds like Extra to Her Life, what is a bit confusing to my caveman brain, but it's still fire. And the bonus tracks are both fire too, like almost the best of the album. It's also the Uzi project with his most underrated songs, like Venetia, I don't know, Chrome Heart Tags, Celebration Station, and some more, of course. But the more popular songs on here are also really good, like Homecoming, Silly Watch, Low Me, like he was going crazy on that one. But my favorite from the album gotta be Baby Pluto. He always goes crazy with his intros for some reason. And for the placement of the album, I think, for me personally, I think it's better than Luv Is Rage 2. So I'm gonna put it right here. But we're not done yet, because we still have
money come and won't stop. You know, Mr. Low, what you gotta go off. You know, anytime I'm gonna drop. You know, none of them songs gon' flop. You know, all of them songs gon' pop. I went platinum again, my God.
The Eternal Atake Deluxe, or Lozy vs. the World 2, I guess. And I'm treating this as a different album because it is. It's more than a deluxe. I mean, it's 4 songs short of being the original's album's full length, and it has a lot more features than the original, with the best feature being Young Thug on both of the songs. He was fire. And Navi was my second favorite feature, what was a surprise to me because it was the first time I've heard a song or a verse by him. It was cool, it was fire. It reminded me of really old Yeet, like Wake Up Call Yeet, but Nav did it just a little bit better. Uzi's performance was once again really good, just not as good as the original, but he was still good, with some underrated songs like Lotus and the 2 Duck songs, Strawberry Peels and Got Guap. Got the Guap? Jesus. But my favorite song of this tape is the biggest song. It's Myron, because I really like the songs, and it's an intro once again. He's going crazy with those. For the ranking, I don't have it that high in comparison to especially the last one, but just in general. So I think I'll put it like right here. It's respectable. And in the future, he had a feature on the Deluxe. I wonder if we're gonna see him some more in this video, maybe with a collab tape or something. Like, I don't know, that will be out of nowhere, but I'm sure they won't do that. Wait.
I've been looking at the sun, but can't worry. I'm my mama oldest son, can't get worried. I got stripes in these streets like Maverick.
So Pluto x Baby Pluto, a collab tape with Future, what I didn't really expect because they don't have that many songs together, but sure, it exists. And this does have some bangers, but it's not that good. It's a mid collab tape and just album in general for Uzi standards up until this point. But I gotta say that the songs that are good, like a really fire. But Uzi and Future are both really inconsistent, with sometimes both of them forgetting how to make a banger, and sometimes only one of them forgets it, and sometimes they both know really well how to do it. Like, they're really just inconsistent with it. I'm also taking the Deluxe in what I'm talking about, because it's just a few extra songs and it only has like one good song. For the full album, my favorite, I'll take Sleeping on the Floor, because they both went crazy. And this is just for now his worst on the ranking, because I'm placing it right here. I would have rather gotten 1629 with Cardi or Pink Life with Yeet. But anyways, I'm so done with the long ass track lists for now. So let's switch colors to...
I am a space cadet, the geek, that's real.
So Red and White, Uzi's only EP on Spotify. It's a long one for an EP with some fire tracks. Not all, but some are pretty good. And this EP is basically a typical Uzi project. Inconsistent, fire, really fire songs, and some big misses. But overall, a good one. And this review isn't shorter than the rest because I forgot it existed or anything. No. I would never. My favorite song of this EP is Space Cadet, Tell mostly intros for. Something that might change next album, who knows, right? And for the list, I'm gonna put it like right about here. That's a good spot. So let's go to the first album I've heard of Uzi, on release date no less. Pink.
Flooded the face, matted the roof, got a new house, unlimited space. It was just hard, now my life grew. Now that little girl gonna do what I said.
So Pink Tape. It's gonna be hard for me to not give this album a biased review because it's my first Uzi album. And I mean, we all know that the first time is always special, especially when for my re-listen from this album, I still knew the entire album out of my head. But besides that, there are only a few misses, like CS, what at first I didn't even know that it was a cover, and the end, because it's just bullshit. Same with Just Wanna Rock, also just complete bullshit. The rest are fire. He got some fire versatility on here, the most from every album. It's also a bit bloated, like 1 hour and 27 minutes is crazy. He also has some of his most personal songs on here, like Rehab and Days Come and Go and Patience. The features were all pretty good. I like the Travis, Nicki and Dawn feature. But it's the first time that I liked the Nicki feature. And the Snow Strippers were also a good addition. And Bring Me the Horizon feature was different from all. But I mean, it fitted the concept of the song. So I guess he had songs with some really good energy, like Crush 'Em and Amped and Suicide Doors, Werewolf. But my favorite song of the album is Pluto to Mars. Such a good chill song. And this is my favorite Uzi album personally, so that's why I'm gonna put it like right here on the ranking. So we're done with the Pink Tape. We go to Uzi's final and last project to date. So EA2. The first time I listened to this album, I was like, the fuck is this? But after listening to it for 5 times, what I do for every album, I'm still confused. But after the first time, I only liked one song. And now, after the 5 times, I like 2. So that's an improvement. And I mean, the beats, they're all fire. Like Chips and Dip, that sounds so good. That's such a good beat. It's just that he forgot how to make a good song or something. Like sometimes he just goes crazy with the rapping and then ruins the song out of nowhere. This album also has his worst songs like Meteor Man and She Stink. Like what the fuck are even... Was even the last one Stylo and bro, this or like what? What the fuck was that? But for the good song, he went crazy with the rapping, and Chill Bay was my favorite from the 2. But he gets carried by, I think it's a sample. You know, the Please Don't Do the Most Right Now. You know what I'm talking about. This album also has nothing to do with the original EA. The first one had like some story and world building at the end of some of the songs. And this one only has some world building at the start and the end of the album, letting you know that it's still an Eternal Atake album. So I'm gonna put it right here. It's not very high, but what did you expect? But that was the last one. And now we go to the most important section of the video. So originally was gonna put my final thoughts right here and just talk about like Uzi as a whole, but he decided to drop a surprise EP. So that's what I'm gonna rank and review now.
Life should be crazy, grown ass man was just a baby. Old friends hating this and maybe I just spent the light 80.
So Maverick Almost Forever EP from Lil Uzi. This EP is pretty good. People are surprised that he still got it, but I knew he still got it. He would just drop the one bad album. Doesn't mean he lost it, you know. He had some bangers on here. Maverick intros, a Firestart port is my favorite of the EP, and it's fire too. The London bonus, fire. The British accent, that was cool. Say What It Was a nice outro. Bro was once again just using his voice really good. So yeah, I'm gonna place it like right about here, and now let's actually go to my final thoughts. So listening to all of Uzi's projects was very fun. Of course, I already sort of knew what to expect, and I still enjoyed it a lot. He has a very distinctive style and a really unique voice. And combine that with his autotune, ooh shit, you got some fire. I also really like the thing he does when he says I, like it's like I, like on Myron.
I say, girl, why you keep calling?
That's fire too. He's one of the most inconsistent artists ever though. Like, you never know if the next song you're gonna hear is gonna be a banger or just straight caca. Then we gotta talk about his evolution and experimentation, because the first 4 projects, he didn't really evolve. I mean, of course it was only like a year, but still. He just didn't have any form of evolution. Then with Eternal Atake, it got a little bit different, like just a little bit. And then of course with Pink Tape and EA2, he went fully experimental. What is good, artists should experiment more instead of sounding the same for more than a decade. And his experimentation on Pink Tape was fire. Just sad that it wasn't on EA2. And the new singles he released are more of his old sound instead of a different sound. So I hope he still does experiment. Of course, I get it that he wants to go to his older sound because that's what his fans want the most. But I like it when artists experiment some more. So yeah, with that being said, now the moment you didn't even know you were waiting for. Where does Uzi rank among the other artists I've talked about on this channel? I think he's better than Cardi. I listen to him more than Cardi. That's basically how I rank the albums and the artists, on how much I listen to it. But I do still listen to Yeet more. So Uzi's gonna be right in between the two. It's fine for now. Maybe, you know, my opinion will change. Who knows? My opinion is like bipolar as fuck. So hey, that was it already. Let me know what you think of Uzi's music and with which take you disagree. Like, subscribe, and maybe I'll see you next time. So, bye.